All right, let's visit addition of fraction. Given the additional information we've just learned about associative property of multiplication and distributive property of multiplication over addition. So remember when we were adding fractions, we said we had to have the same units. Here we have 2 parts out of 3 plus 4x plus 4 parts out of x. The only way we're going to make a common unit would be to have a common denominator. And so in order to get the common denominator, remember what we did before. We multiplied top and bottom by x because that's the unit on this fraction, and multiplied on the second fraction both numerator denominator by 3 plus 4x because that's the unit. 1 over 3 plus 4x is the unit on the other fraction. But now how do we add those two together? So take a look. So 2x is 2x, but then 4 times 3 is going to give you the 12. 4 times 4x is going to give you the 16x. Again, 2 times x is 2x. Distributive property of multiplication over addition. So 4 times 3, that's the 12. 4 times 4x is the 16x. And then we want to add like terms together. So 2x and 16x together are like terms, which will give you 18x plus 12 divided by x times 3 plus 4x. So again, capturing the basic principle of adding fractions is to have common denominator or making same units. And the way we did that before was multiply top and bottom of this first fraction by x, so that we have 3 plus 4x times x is our common unit. Remember how we overlaid this grid over that one? Same thing here, except the missing factor is 3 plus 4x, multiply top and bottom by it, and then use distributive property to multiply it out. We could have used distributive property to multiply on the bottom, but it's not necessary because it's already in the factored form. Whereas here we needed to distribute throughout so that on the numerator we could add like terms and simplify as much as we could. So take a look at this next one and pause the video here and see what you can do. Don't just wait for the answer, but do actually solve it so you can see if you're getting it right. So how are you going to make common denominator? Remember, the 3 plus a and 1 plus a are two separate units. So we're going to have to multiply first fraction top and bottom by 1 plus a, second fraction by 3 plus a, and then 1 times 1 plus a will give you 1 plus a. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times a is 2a. So 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times a is 2a. And then again add like terms. 1 and the 6 will give you 7. A, 1a, and 2a's will give you 3a's. You can see how if you did not know how to add a and 2a or 1 and 6, you would be stuck doing addition of fractions, algebraic fractions here as well, because you needed that knowledge. So mathematics is sequential. Whatever you learned before, you're going to have to use it later, and you might not realize that you're using it, but that's what you're using here. You're using addition of polynomials here. So pay very careful attention when you distribute throughout what happens and how you add like terms. Pause the video and rewind if you are stuck on any of the steps. Remember, 1 times 1 plus a. 1 is multiplicative identity, so that I will just keep it unchanged, 1 plus a. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times a is 2a. Add like terms a and 2a, 1 and 6, giving you 7 plus 3a over 1 plus a and 3 plus a as your addition of these two fractions. Let's continue with more examples. This example number 3 is very similar to the first one, the only difference being the x here used to be a 4 in the first example. So pause the video here and see if you can do the example on your own. All right, assuming you paused and have come back, you have to make common denominator in order to add the fraction. But here we have denominator of 2 plus x Here we have the denominator of 2x plus 3. So in order to make common denominator, we need to multiply the first fraction numerator denominator by 2x plus 3 and the second fraction by 2 plus x. And then using the distributive property of multiplication over addition. Remember, you want to use distributive property of multiplication over addition. Don't just say distributive property, because sometimes students misremember that property and misapply distribution property. So here we have 5x times 2x will give you the 10x squared. 5x times 3 will give you the 15x. So go ahead and finish this second multiplication here. And so if you did that, you should have gotten 2x plus x squared, because x times 2, 2x, x times x is x squared. Now you want to add like terms. So we have 2x and 15x are like terms. So that will give you a 17x. And then 10x squared plus x squared are like terms. So 10x squared plus 1x squared. Remember, when there's no number written, there's an imaginary 1 there. So you end up with what? 11x squared plus 17x. 10x squared and x squared is the 11x squared. 15x and 2x is the 17x. All right, let's take a look at this next example. Again, same process, right? So we're going to multiply both numerator denominator of the first fraction by x plus 2, and the second fraction numerator denominator get multiplied by 3 plus 4x. So 3x times x, giving you 3x squared. 3x times 2 is 6x. Why don't you do this next multiplication? Pause and finish that next multiplication while I wait. Go ahead, pause it. All right, now that you have returned from the pause, this is what you should have seen. So when you distribute 2x across the 3 plus 4x, you're going to end up with 2x times 3, which is a 6x, 2x times 4x, 2 times 4 is the 8, x times x is the x squared. So 2x times 4x is the 8x squared. We have to do the second term plus 1 distributed across the 3 plus 4x. Will give you 1 times 3, which is 3, 1 times 4x, which is 4x. Now what do you think we should do? Add like terms. So here we go. 3x squared and 8x squared will give you the 11x squared. Add all the remaining like terms and see what you get. So what are the few next like terms? You have 6x plus 6x, which is the 12x, plus an additional 4x, which will give you 16x, right? 12 plus 4 is the 16x. And then the plus 3, there is no other like term to add with the plus 3, so it will be plus 3. So that would be your final answer. All right, let's take a look at a set of video log questions that you will attempt on your own. They are very similar to the ones we just finished showing you how to do. And so do these 5 questions and then continue at the next lecture.